This week, NEVI is getting knives thrown at it again by the US Congress. Mercedes-Benz high-powered charging decided the nation of Canada needed some attention and started opening stations in Vancouver. And the Tesla Diner emerged as the busiest charging station in the Tesla Supercharger network. Let's get into it. I'm here at a Walmart energy station, and since it's the first time I'm recording at one, let's go ahead and take a walk around. Okay, let's go ahead and walk around the site, and I always like to start with the transformer, which just has recently been installed, and I don't know what size it is, but let's see if we can't get that spotted. It is a 2000 kVA transformer, which is pretty good considering there's only 4 Alpitronic hyperchargers. So that basically is no oversubscription at all. Basically, it could provide full power to all of those chargers. And it might mean that it might be considering an expansion. So as I said, there's 4 Alpitronic hyperchargers for a total of 8 stalls. And this was just fenced up not too long ago. The fencing is now down. You can see we are close to the outdoor entrance or the garden entrance of the Walmart, which is a pretty common location for Walmart Energy. And let's see if you could turn the camera around a little bit. We got one J3400, one CCS. Let's see if that's the same over here. Their new color palette, which is this super bright blue. Yeah, one J3400, one CCS. And the drone is stuck. Hello, drone, are you with me? There you go. Come on. There you go. Let's see what this one is. And actually, this is a bit of a pull-through spot. I'm not exactly sure. These are new painted lines, so it looks like their intention here is to have a pull-through spot. That's very interesting. I'm going to swing the drone around for that also. Yep, one J3400, one CCS, Alpitronic HYC 400s. Looks like they're all ready to go. Okay, so let me see if I can spin the drone around here for you guys and show you what I'm talking about. So this one here, look how the lines are painted. That is very strange. It's like they were reading the plans wrong or something. I don't know. Or they're intending to have these pull in a different way, or maybe, you know what it might be? This unit is not for over here. This unit is for over here. And that's something different. Not exactly sure. Yeah, so that must be what that is. It's just kind of confusing because those are newly painted lines. So I'm not exactly sure what they're thinking there. But this is what we can expect to see replicated basically across the entire United States, according to press releases, is these iconically blue Walmart chargers at your Walmart Supercenter, which has all amenities that we're familiar with: fast food, well-maintained restrooms, shopping for any type of thing you might need. In this particular case, we've got the ice storm bearing down on us, so we've got a little bit of last-minute shopping going on. Really nice. Very, very nice. 400 kilowatt capable with a 2000 kVA transformer. This week, Walmart Energy added station openings to the Alternative Fuels Data Center database in Mesa, Arizona, and Dallas, Texas. The Dallas station is 12 stalls, making it one of the larger ones. In case you're not aware, this is like starting to get a little ridiculous. Do me a favor and just pause this video, go on to PlugShare, and filter just for Walmart, and then zoom into the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and you'll see just a ginormous amount of coming soon pips. And if that doesn't do it for you, go ahead and check out Tampa, Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. And it's very obvious what the future holds for Walmart Energy because it's unambiguous. They are following through with a nationwide rollout just exactly as they said they were going to do. And stations like this are popping up freaking all over the place. In fact, YouTuber Explore with Carlos sent me this walk around of a similar site going up in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Hey Walter, just showing you the new Walmart chargers that they're building here at my local Walmart. Well, it's not really local, but the one here in Raleigh, I believe this is the, I forgot the address, I think it's like 5,000 or 8,000 Town Drive. But yeah, they are literally doing construction as we speak. And it looks like this whole area is going to be the chargers, and then pretty much everything else is just a normal parking lot. And in fact, I think I see a Cybertruck down there. So I feel like this place is going to be popular with the EVs. And yeah, just a normal Walmart, but right next to it, all the construction. Back to you.
Thanks, Carlos, for sending that along. It's always cool to see other viewers and YouTubers contribute to the effort, and just letting us know that I'm not doing anything anecdotal. This is a very large rollout that's happening all over the country. Also this past week, the Walmart Energy team posted into social a very interesting post, and I'm just going to read it. This week, the Walmart Energy leadership team visited Prologis Denker, California site, home to North America's largest heavy-duty EV truck charging hub, powered by an integrated solar and storage microgrid. The scale and system design are impressive, supporting large electric truck fleets and enabling millions of zero-emission miles while managing load through on-site generation and storage. It's a strong example of how logistics infrastructure and energy systems can be designed together to improve reliability, flexibility, and efficiency. Sites like this provide valuable insight into how charging, grid integration, and energy management may evolve at scale. And I'm thinking to myself, why is the Walmart Energy team posting this into social? Now, this is just me thinking this through. Maybe the Walmart Energy team's scope is not just stations like this for customers. Maybe, just maybe, they're kind of signaling that they intend to begin building an infrastructure similar to Frito-Lay's, where they can provide electrified transport for their heavy-duty tractor-trailer transport. And Walmart operates one of the largest fleets in the country. So I would have to imagine they're going to at least experiment with the process of hauling heavy-duty freight across the United States, and in doing so, they would need charging stations similar to what is being described here. That's the only reason I could think for why they were visiting these sites, in order to see if it was a location they could partner with and perhaps gain some insight into perhaps builds of their own. And if so, that would be just a huge, that would probably, and this is hard to say, that would probably dwarf the Walmart energy sites that are going into Walmarts, because the fleet that Walmart operates is huge, and the amount of energy it would take in order to haul all those goods and services across the United States would be just enormous. So that would probably be at least like a 3x size network to what is going in here. And this is no joke here. This is the complete country getting blanketed with charging stations. Next, Flow opened 4 stations this week. 3 of them are using their next generation Flow Ultra all-in-one chargers. And if you're not aware, these are 320 kilowatt capable, which is not industry leading, but where they really shine is the user interface. They definitely perfected what the experience is for the EV user as they approach one of these stations. They have a very slick integrated user interface. They have cable management and lighting. The Flow Ultra stations, in my opinion, are some of the most premium user experiences that the industry has come up with to date. And since they're often deployed in Canada, they're also known to be highly reliable in harsh climates. So I'm a big fan of these Flow Ultras, and they seem to be starting to gain popularity with customers as well, which means we should start to be seeing them around as we're traveling and refueling. As reported by Clean Technica's Zachary Shanahan, I believe is how his last name is pronounced, the 2026 transportation bill is looking to claw back $500 million of NEVI appropriations. It's questionable if this will be successfully passed or not, and if so, if it will be held up in the courts. I suspect it wouldn't be, but regardless. The NEVI program had about $2 billion of appropriations, most of which have already been allocated and sent out the door. So this, if successful, will just be curtailing some of the yet allocated funds. The NEVI stations already in the pipeline, I understand, will be proceeding to build through this year, and we're looking at a pretty big year for NEVI. So even if the Congress is successful in the 2026 transportation bill, it looks as though NEVI, at least this year, is going to have a major boon going forward. Next, on my personal channel, a viewer named John Baker Charge chimed in about the Wawa station that I was mentioning last week about it possibly being Tesla Supercharger for business. And this week it definitely got brought into relief. It is without doubt a station run by Wawa on a Wawa property through a partnership with Tesla Supercharger for business. It's in Alachua, Florida. And I believe it's 16 stalls. I apologize, I didn't write this down in my notes. There's a post in LinkedIn by CMB Contracting Corp, which I believe is the company that actually put it in. Oh, here it is. Another site live, first of the year. Wawa will be home to 16 level 3 chargers. Very proud of our team and hard work for bringing the deployment to life. If you're exploring EV charging infrastructure solutions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. So, yeah, 16 stalls, Tesla Supercharger for business at a Wawa in Alachua, Florida. Assumedly, it'll be a pattern that's going to be repeated. Another new station opening, EVgo. And this time, it wasn't just a station opening. I don't know why, but they had a ribbon cutting for their station in Wilton Manors, Florida, which is a 10-stall station right at the City Hall in the center of town. Now, maybe they're celebrating opening a station that's not in the state of California, because they have been very California-centric. I don't know, but they had a ribbon-cutting ceremony for their 10-stall station at Wilton Manors at the town hall. Additionally, EVgo had a really good week with additions in the alternative fuel data center database, with 16 new stations getting entered. That is a heavy increase in numbers for them. And I have been seeing with increased frequency these larger spikes in station additions by EVgo. Their network has been expanding very steadily, and they're gaining business partners. Like last week I mentioned their partnership with Kroger-branded grocery stores, and they're said to be really well funded for the next 5 years. It used to be that EVgo was the last option on EV drivers' list for stops, but with their upgrades of existing stations and new ones expanding, that's no longer the case. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on EVgo because they are definitely starting to become a come from behind dark horse in the CPO industry. Next, the Rivian Venture Network opened their new Lakewood, Colorado 12-stall station this week. It's at the very popular Colorado Mills Outlet Mall, run by Simon Mall Properties, right off Interstate 70 at a terrific location. So go check that out. It looks to be a really nice looking station. Okay, next, Mercedes-Benz high-powered charging. They opened 3 stations, and actually now it's up to 4 in the Vancouver metropolitan area. And they're talking about 8 stations in total around Vancouver. And let me just run through these really quickly. Albertsford, I apologize, it's a little cold out here. I'm having a hard time talking. Pitt Meadows, Surrey. This next one is spelled funny, but I understand it's pronounced Tawasin. Colloquium, Nanamino, Penteton, I think is how it's pronounced, and Squamish. So those are the 8 locations that Mercedes-Benz is putting chargers similar to this into stations around the Vancouver area. And they were announcing they were going to be going to Canada, but there was not a lot of clarity about what their intentions were. But then all of a sudden, boom, we now have these 8 stations listed with 4 of them actually open. And Mercedes-Benz has been on a tear. I mean, they have really been putting in a tremendous amount of stations. I recently did an update on my personal channel about the very vast expansion. And just after I did so, they posted into social additional locations that are coming. And let me just run through these really quick. Clinton, Connecticut, Alpharetta, Georgia, Augusta, Georgia, Bangor, Maine, Saco, Maine, Braintree, Maine, Lansing, Michigan, Manchester, New Hampshire, Copley Township, Ohio, Farmington, Utah, Anamico, British Columbia, and these are the other ones from Vancouver. The station in Copley, Ohio, a viewer named Greg sent me these pictures. Let's take a look at those. Thank you, Greg, for sending those along. It's always cool to see stations getting built and the progress occurring. And in the case of Mercedes-Benz high-powered charging, it's happening very rapidly. It's really an interesting story that's occurring with Mercedes-Benz high-powered charging. Next, Max Ziegler from Tesla charging fame posted into X that the Tesla diner, surprisingly, has risen to be, let's see, let me get the wording actually correct, highest usage supercharger in the world. Boom. What would you think? Add a couple of amenities and you start to attract customers, is what I'm reading the tea leaves there. And actually that was Tesla Charging who said that, but Max kind of followed up with the next post saying, already 18 stalls per day across 80 stalls. Los Angeles charging oasis for Tesla and humans alike. The food operations are only getting better. We're always learning and we'll apply these learnings to future supercharger amenities. What is a supercharger amenity? I mean, normally they just plop them in and borrow someone else's, but this, so all I could assume if the Tesla diner is the highest usage supercharger in the world, that they're going to take note of that and build more diners, is hopefully what I'm going to take away from what I'm reading here. And that would be great. I mean, I'd love to have Tesla diners spread across the United States and around the world. And it's just a global network, so it's not just in the United States. I think I heard that Atlanta or Austin is likely going to be the next location. Okay. Lastly, as I mentioned, it's freaking cold out here. I'm a southerner, not by birth, but by where I have lived most of my life. And it is chilly out here. We're under the threat of an ice storm. And Ionna is coming to the rescue. They sent an email out indicating that from now through Monday, January 26th, 25 cents per kilowatt hour at all North Carolina rechargeries. And if you haven't seen the news, the Carolinas are under an ice storm warning. So if you need to fill up and you don't have the way to charge at home, Ionna's helping by lowering the prices at their rechargeries in North Carolina so you can come and fill up prior to hunkering down in order to ride out the storm. Ionna also opened 2 rechargeries this week, one in Sparks, Nevada, the other in Brunswick, Georgia. Brunswick is a dual canopy 16 stall location right off Interstate 95 in that dead zone just as you approach the border with Florida, starting to fill in some of the dark places of the map. Thanks for watching.